Hey, it's Dallas McCain alongside Smokin' Joe Lasher, and we are at the Ingles table at one of the great festivals that Ingles, they're always out in the community, and I love that about them. And we are really working the grill out on this particular day.
We are, and you know, we've got barking dogs, we've got kids, we've got Bubbles, we've got the ultimate air dogs right beside of us.
They're right next to us. So
I think the dogs
got a lot of surroundings going on.
Oh, absolutely. But that's what Ingles is so fun to be, and I'm so glad to be here. So listen, today we're doing a super easy pork tenderloin slider recipe. Pork tenderloins are kind of my go-to pork meat. You can cook them so quickly. We're gonna prep this thing. We're gonna put it on a grill with indirect heat. If you've watched any of my videos, I'm all about indirect cooking because you can control your internal temperature of your meat so much better. So all to prep this, and again, you can season this with whatever you want. I put a little olive oil on here because I like it as a binder, but it really doesn't need it necessarily.
Simple seasoning is so good.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes people think you got to get really elaborate when you're seasoning stuff, but you got salt, pepper, a little paprika, or you know your mixture of stuff, your barbecue.
This is a little bit of a barbecue rub that I make, but you can pick up your favorite barbecue rub at Ingles.
Yes.
And do that. Now I do like
ones to choose from.
Well, I do like to coat it pretty heavily because I like that barbecue. This is one that has a little cayenne pepper, so this has some heat to it. But so really, Dallas, that is simply that.
That's it.
So I like to let any meat that I'm cooking, I usually like to let sit for 30 or 40 minutes at room temperature.
That's what I say.
Well, it gets that internal temperature up a little bit, so you're not having to char the outside so much. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we're gonna let that set for just a minute, and then to go with this, I've got some simple slider buns from the bread department. I've got some onions that I'm gonna caramelize, and I've got a hot griddle up there, a half a stick of butter, and a couple of onions. We're gonna put those on and let them brown, bring them back here, and we're gonna plate up some amazing barbecue sliders with some laurel and sauce.
Nothing better, a little pork tenderloin slider. We will be right back with more.
All right, Dallas, so we're back from the grill. It took about 15 minutes in this wind we got today.
This looks so beautiful, I cannot even tell you.
You know what, I'm telling you, pork tenderloin should be everybody's go-to meat, because pork for sure, because it's so relatively inexpensive and available, and I'll tell you.
Juices are just oozing
watch this, watch this.
Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, look at that. See all that juice?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's 145 degrees internal. So many people ask me at these events, how is this pork so tender, mine's so dry? Well, everyone, since the time we were kids, it's like cook it to death, you know? And pork tenderloin, you know, the American Pork Board will tell you 140 degrees internal. I like to do 140 to 145, and then you let it rest and it continues to cook.
I think the biggest thing too, when people are cooking meat, if they do not let it rest and come to that temperature of its surroundings, it just messes everything up.
Well, what happens is, you know, when you cook it, the juices go like this. They get real tight. So you let it rest and the juices come back into the meat. So, but here's what we're gonna do.
It smells amazing.
We've got 6 little slider buns, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut 6 about half-inch to quarter-inch portions.
Looks
it's nice.
great.
Now I've got these caramelized onions.
Oh yes.
So watch this. Bam. No, I can't say blam, can I? That's somebody else said that. I can say boom.
You can say it, Joe Lasher.
Voila.
How about that?
Hey y'all. And if you want to add cheese, if you want to add spicy, you know.
It doesn't need a lot though. This particular piece of meat is so good by itself. It just doesn't need a lot.
Are you kidding me? Like, look right here at all this.
Some Laurel and barbecue sauce.
Yep. Again, top them right off.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
That'd be a tremendous hit. You need to do this at your next house party.
Yes. Oh my! All my friends love pork tenderloin. That is one thing.
And there we go. Top those little guys off with any kind of your favorite slider bun. And there we go. Pork tenderloin sliders at the Ingles shopping list.
Looks great. You want to make it? All you got to do is follow along, and you can do it. Oh my gosh, those look great. Let's do it. Let's dig in.
Let's do it. We're gonna eat. We'll see you next time.